Okay, so peep this. Anakin is seen flying through space, going to the jungle moon of Yavin 4 to track down and find this unknown threat. As Anakin enters a planet, he asks R4 if he has seen his position, referring to the person Anakin is looking for. Anakin says, "That's enough, R4. We'll just have to search the immediate area on foot." As he lands a ship in the jungle, Anakin walks away and tells R4 to watch the ship. It won't take long. "Yeah, buddy, I'm a droid. It's not much I can do to defend the ship if someone wants to take it. I'm dang near a part of the ship when I'm in here anyways." As Anakin is walking and searching in the jungle, the area shakes and we hear a loud destruction sound. Anakin's eyes widen up like he just shat his pants. Bro's stomach dropped to his butt, the same way a kid does when he sees his bad report card and knows he has to show it to his parents and get it signed. It shouldn't be no surprise, buddy. You knew you ain't do no work in these classes. How you even have a D in a class is beyond me. We see a smoking burnt area as Anakin runs out to see what's going on. A CR-20 clone trooper carrier lands. We see an army of clones run out and back up Anakin. One of the clones says, "Secure the area." Anakin talks to the sergeant and asks if Obi-Wan sent them. The clone says yes, and Anakin doesn't look too happy about that decision Obi-Wan made. Bro is trying to prove himself and do his own thing, but Kenobi ain't taking eyes off little bro. Anakin tells the clones to watch the ship and sweep the jungle. They enter the jungle in search of the unknown threat. Hoodie Anakin is locked in looking for this person. Just look at Anakin's face. You would have thought he was finna get back on a bully who stole his lunch money and talk to his school crush. Clones start to drop one by one. Next, the cameraman switches angles. Two clones are searching. One clone gets mysteriously picked up and knocked into a tree 3 times, then thrown out the area. The other clone turns around on point. Bro, the clones in OG Clone Wars are mad funny and almost clanker slow. How you not hear your brother get knocked into a tree 3 times? Buddy should have been turned around when he stopped hearing footsteps. Bro almost as bad as the clone that shot an RPG at General Grievous inside of a moving elevator with Jedis and Chancellor Palpatine on board inside. Then that clone gets dropped and dragged into the woods. Another clone gets dropped into water. Then the cameraman zooms in on Anakin. He senses something is up. Another clone loses to a tree and gets thrown across the jungle. Nah, he got violated. Bro got thrown just like a football. A clean spiral and all. I don't even think Tom Brady could have thrown a better, more perfect spiral than that. We see more clones drop like flies, mysteriously getting attacked. The cameraman shows Anakin again, saying, "Something's not right. Yeah, bro, you're losing clones by the second. You should definitely take care of that before they're all gone." We see a clone getting dragged and screaming. It catches Anakin's attention, so he gets in the wind, running a 4 flat to the direction of the scream. He gets back to the ship and says, "Trooper," out loud, but no clones are seen. It's funny to me that in the OG Clone Wars, it's not really any clone names. Every clone is just Trooper. Anakin asks the Trooper if he's alright as he gets up rubbing his head. The clone is taking a second to respond to Anakin when he is asked what happened. Like, "Annie, give me a second, bro. I just got dragged back to the beginning of the mission." Unfortunately, the ship blows up and the Trooper is right next to it, so he'll never be able to answer Annie now. I don't think he had much answers anyway. Bro was blindsided and beat up by the air from his point of view, then dragged to the ship he came in. I wouldn't have much to say either, other than maybe we need to leave because this jungle has ghosts in it, or I'm just under some type of influence. Anakin yells, "R4." Then the ship is blown up. I don't know what R4 said before getting destroyed. Sorry, I don't speak droid. R4's broken top rolls to Anakin's foot. Then we see Anakin's face looking shook. He don't know what's going on. That's the same face everyone made to that video when the POV guy asked for a Shawnee's name and she said, "I don't have a name." But he was overly cooked, actually burnt. Like, everyone has a name, and it doesn't make it better that people was in the back clowning him. The worst she could say is more than no. Anakin, I feel you though, but you have to lock back in on the situation you in. Now that boy Annie must have heard me because his face changed like, "Bet, it's time to get active." Now we see a dark hooded figure walk out the fire. Is it just me, or when the fire opens up, does that not look like a heart? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. While y'all down there, you might as well subscribe too. We're coming up on 200 subscribers, so let's hit that. The unknown person walks up on Anakin. Then Anakin tells him, "I'm going to make you pay for what you've done." The unknown person reveals herself and says, "Come, Padawan. Your fall will be my sentence to the Sith." Then she ignites both of her red-bladed lightsabers. It is no other than Asajj Ventress. Anakin ignites his saber as well. They have a standoff, then jump into the action. They both are swinging and blocking each other's blows, looking evenly matched. The cameraman switches to a wider angle. They are still boxing toe-to-toe. Then Anakin does a low swing, but Ventress jumps over it, and she gets right back into the action. She's swinging her sabers both left and right. Anakin is holding his ground evenly, putting up pressure as well. Ventress tries to cut Anakin with both blades, but Anakin dodges it. We see a close-up shot of Anakin raising his saber above his head. Then Ventress uses the Force to put push Anakin back into a tree. Asajj runs up while he's down, but Annie jumps up to dodge her strike. Ventress jumps close to Anakin as the tree falls behind them, but Anakin's like, back up off me, so he uses the Force to push her back. Anakin is soaring through the air attacking, but Ventress uses the fallen trees and throws the broken pieces at Anakin. He cuts them down and then gets blindsided by one. He got hit like a QB getting sacked by a linebacker, but Anakin's too real, so he brushes that up off him. Ventress goes to attack Annie, swinging her saber at him. Now we see Anakin on the defense blocking her attacks. Annie not going for that defense-ish, so he knocks the saber out of Ventress' hand, but whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So he knocks her other saber out of her hand too. Now with her guard down, Anakin runs up and swings at her, but Ventress jumps up into the trees. She uses the Force to get her sabers back. Now Anakin jumps up into the trees too, on some Naruto-ish. Ventress uses the Force to break a tree he's standing on to drop Anakin. He grabs a vine and starts swinging through the jungle on some Tarzan-ish. Ventress cuts the vine and Anakin falls down, but he lands on another tree branch, and so does Ventress. Now they have another intense staring contest. They start jumping from tree to tree. Anakin stops her in her tracks and they start fighting again. Anakin is kicked off the branch. He grabs a vine and Ventress jumps off a tree, so Annie does the same. They clash sabers mid-air, land, and clash mid-air again. Then they start running from tree to tree. Really jacking Naruto swag. They might as well be wearing village headbands while they fighting. Now they jumping from tree to tree again, clashing sabers, fighting with every swing. Then the cameraman switches angles, capturing Anakin and Ventress soaring through the jungle. They begin swinging their lightsabers at one another, attacking and blocking constantly toe to toe. They land on a tree. Ventress goes for a low swing, but Annie jumps over it, then swings at Ventress. She blocks it and then they both attack at the same time, blocking each other. Then Ventress attacks Annie, putting him on the defensive. Then Annie comes back with some hard strikes, causing Ventress to block them with both sabers. Now she jumps back and Anakin runs back up to attack her more, putting Asajj Ventress on defense. Asajj blocks Anakin in a clean limbo pose. Then Annie jumps up to double hand Hulk smash Ventress with his saber, but she backhand springs out the way looking like Simone Biles to dodge it. Ventress runs up on Annie while his back is turned and attacks him, but Annie blocks it smooth as a mud without turning around. Bro just aura farming mid-fight. That's why Annie's a GOAT. Bro does this with ease. He also ducks to dodge Ventress' other saber swing without having to turn around. This is peak. Annie turns and swings at Ventress, but she ducks her taco. Now they clash sabers again, going at it toe to toe. Both play offense and defense, playing both sides, looking like Travis Hunter. They continue fighting, hitting their XOO triangle combos. Then Asajj Force pushes Anakin back out the jungle. Ventress comes zooming out in front of Skywalker. Annie swings, but she jumps up out the way to the top of the stairs. Annie jumps up, then runs up to her. Asajj uses the Force to throw concrete at Annie. He slices one and gets hit by the other, dodges another, then get hit in the side. Then he gets a taste hit out of him by the last block, knocking him down. Bro got knocked by concrete, and I ain't talking Lil Yachty. Annie, get up! You're supposed to be the chosen one. Can't let a stone take you out. Shorty cooking you, man. Ventress uses the Force to push Annie back more while he's down on the ground. The cameraman shows Asajj smiling like she knows she winning, but the fight not over yet. Anakin rises up mad as a mug, like me when my teammates don't green a single shot on 2K all game. We get clean shots of the OG Clone Wars show as we see Annie and Asajj standing in the rain having another ore farming staring contest. I know one of them will blink sooner or later because that water is going to get in their eyes. Annie runs up and jumps to Ventress and starts getting on her ass. Bro swings hard as a mug. She don't know what to do. She's blocking and backing up. Anakin is making my parents' belt swing seem soft. I hate to get in trouble and Anakin is my dad with the belt waiting for me. I'd have to get a whole new button. No diddy. The cameraman switches angles and Anakin does a clean roundhouse kick hitting Ventress' chin. Then he Force pushes her down, making her tumble back into a building. Ventress looking like a ball of hay rolling down a hill. Anakin walks into the building with his saber out and guard up, looking for Ventress. She comes out and clashes sabers with Anakin. Blue and red sabers light up the darkness. Now they start fighting at 2x speed. Anakin put Asajj on the defensive. Then Annie felt like a waterbender for some reason, so he splashes water on her face. Bro looking like me as a kid when I would splash water on my brother in the pool. This is how I would react if I was Ventress.
What? Ooh, got his ass, bitch!
Ventress jumps up and Annie follows. She throws a pillar at Anakin, but bro easily pushed it back, smacks her in the face, breaking the stairs. She really thought that was going to slow him down, but then again, those concrete blocks did slow him down, so that boy must have learned quick. Ventress moves a pillar off her, then throws it at him again, but Annie dodges it. Okay, shawty, if it ain't worked the first time, it won't work the second. Use your bald head before I Michael Jordan. Anakin Force pushes Ventress through a wall on some Mortal Kombat-ish. Anakin swings at her while she's down, but she moves and gets up. He chases her down, swinging haymaker after haymaker, causing her to consistently block and not get her head knocked off. The cameraman switches angles again, showing Ventress blocking Anakin's swings, then dodging some of them and getting up out of there. I don't blame her, but Anakin hawks her down. Now they boxing up some stairs in 2x speed. Anakin still controlling the fight. Ever since Ventress smacked the taste out of Anakin's mouth with the concrete, Anakin has been applying pressure mad as a mug on Ventress. He on her like white on rice. Ventress jumps back, lands, and Anakin lands as well. Bro starts swinging at her harder than an MLB player. We see a wide angle shot of them boxing. Both of from them swinging and clashing sabers. Ventress jumps up and dodges some saber swings by Anakin. Now we see Ventress knock Anakin's lightsaber out of his hand. Right when we thought Anakin fumbled at the 1-yard line, he catches and grips Ventress's wrist, overpowering her, making her drop one of her sabers. Then he force pushes her back. That strong ass metal grip. Anyone would have dropped their saber. Bro about pulled her hand off. And he lost his hand and dang near got super strength. Nah, Ventress looked shook as a mug. Looking like she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Bro got her froze. And he must be Medusa too, the way he got her stuck. Anakin Medusa Skywalker. Bro is just too OP. Now we see Anakin as he uses the force to raise Ventress' saber in the air and grabs it. Bro is literally ore farming during a fight. Anakin yells as he runs up to attack Ventress in 2x speed. He puts her on defense, swinging his saber at her viciously. He gets her to the edge, no WWE. Then he pounds at her over and over and over again, cracking the ground beneath them. Anakin has definitely let his anger out, tapping into the dark side. We see flashes of Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. The ground breaks and Ventress' screams are heard while falling. She's taking enough fall damage to get sent back to the lobby. Then the cameraman shows Anakin looking menacing as the camera zooms in, and he lets out a loud, emotion-filled yell. Then he tosses Ventress' saber off the cliff. All in all, I think that was a peak fight. We got to see Ventress for the first time displaying her skills, and we see how strong Anakin can get when his anger is let loose. The Clone Troopers was a funny and good touch to the fight. Rip to the clones though, and R4. For this fight, I had to give Ventress a solid A-. She did her thing, taking out the ships and troopers so Anakin has no way to escape or have any backup. She made Anakin really boxed and knocked him off his feet a few times, giving the Padawan a good run for his money. Asajj Ventress displayed great skills with her sabers and in the force. She's a pretty good antagonist. I gotta give my boy Anakin an A+. He took care of business and ore farmed in the process. He showed resilience in the fight, not letting himself lose focus or completely lose the fight even when he was down at moments. He used his anger to overpower and scare Ventress to win. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment your thoughts and your favorite moments of this fight. And let me know what fights you want me to do or break down next. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gone.